If you're looking for an outstanding luxury mattress, one of the finest available anywhere in the world, and you're looking for something that is going to give you a really good night's sleep and be custom fit for your body using all natural comfort materials and a solid, tried and true coil system, then the ViSpring Tiara Superb may be perfect for you. This model falls right in the middle of the ViSpring collection, and as such, it has a number of different aspects that it shares in common with models higher up in the collection, but some things that separate it from the entry-level beds that make it really special. In the interest of keeping this review as brief yet as informative as possible, I'm going to break this into 3 segments. We're going to start talking about the quilt, and then I'm going to go into the comfort padding layers and the support system, aka the coil system. The quilt in the Tiara combines coir with all-natural wool and features a tight weave pattern design, which is actually found in all ViSpring models. Now, wool and coir are really nice to use because they're, in addition to being all natural, they're also very good at wicking away moisture and helping to regulate body temperature to keep you sleeping at the right temperature throughout the night. Now, the tight weave pattern is very special, and one of the things that separates ViSpring from the rest of the manufacturers, or many manufacturers that are on the market today. And the reason for that is because their quilt is woven in a way that is both impenetrable to dust mites as well as skin cells, which keeps the mattress healthy for the life of the mattress. And like other ViSpring models, the Tiara is rated in terms of basically a century of every night use. So theoretically, this mattress could last you for the rest of your life and you'd have no issues. But the quilt keeps things fresh for however long you plan on keeping it. Now, in addition to the all-natural fibers, there's a couple of things that ViSpring does that helps make sure that the mattress is going to last conceivably a lifetime. Now, we're going to start here with the tufting. The tufting is very important because when you look at a ViSpring model, the profile or the height is not that significant at first glance compared to some of the other manufacturers that exist. And the reason for that is because looks are a little bit deceiving with the ViSpring. So the Tiara starts off being substantially taller than what you see here in the finished product. And then the superior craftsmen go through and they run a series of tufts through the mattress vertically, and then they pull them tight, which takes all the comfort padding layers and compresses it down into the finished product. That's important for a couple of reasons. One is that it keeps your comfort materials and your coil system from shifting over time, and number 2, it helps fill in the gaps so that all your comfort layers are very consistent, very tight, so that no matter where you lay, it's going to be a consistent sleeping experience. Now, in addition to the vertical tufting, you've also got rows of side stitching, which secure the comfort padding layers as well as the coil system to the edge of the mattress, and they come in through the side and secure it this way. So what you end up with is a very solid mattress that is also very comfortable, and one that is made to, again, last conceivably a lifetime. So other nice features on the exterior of the mattress, or the quilt, if you will, are the fully functional handles. These are not an afterthought. They are an integral part of every ViSpring mattress, and that's because every ViSpring is two-sided. So they do have a flip rotate schedule, but because of the way that the handles are positioned and the way that they're sewn in, this is very easy to do even with one person. Now, other nice features include the air vents. The air vents help to move air through the mattress to help keep your comfort padding layers fresh over time and make sure that you're getting good temperature regulation. So that covers the quilt or the exterior of the mattress. Now let's get into the comfort padding layers. The comfort padding layers in the Tiara Superb are very nice. You've got 3 premium comfort padding layers that are all natural. Number 1, you've got the inclusion of premium Shetland wool, real Shetland wool that comes from the Shetland Isles in the UK, which is widely regarded to be the best wool available anywhere in the world because the Shetland Isles create such a unique climate that exposes the sheep to the conditions that are appropriate for them to adapt to that climate and create a very thick, very functional wool coat. Now, wool is used to not only give you good pressure relief to help reduce tossing and turning, but also to make sure that the mattress is going to be good at reducing humidity as well as keeping you sleeping at the appropriate temperature, because wool is good at temperature regulation. It's been used for centuries in clothing for that reason. The other nice padding layer in this mattress is the addition of premium Austrian horsetail, which is hand teased. So when you talk about horsetail is very important for a couple of reasons. One is that it creates a very springy, supple feel. Vispring talks about it in the ways, likens it to having 2 million extra springs in your mattress, because you pull on it, it pops right back, just like an inner spring is supposed to. So you end up with a very again, very springy yet supportive comfort material. But in addition to that, it's also think of it as a series of tubes in its ability to regulate air or produce good airflow throughout the mattress to make sure that it works well with the wool to help regulate body temperature and keep you sleeping temperature neutral. Last but not least is the organic cotton. Now, the organic cotton is blended with another layer of premium Shetland wool, and cotton is again used for centuries because of its ability to give you a nice, soft, supple feel. Now, it's important to note that all of these comfort padding layers are all natural and hypoallergenic because of the way that they are cleaned and steamed at Vispring to make sure that they are very clean, very sanitary, and again, hypoallergenic when they put them in the mattress. Like other Vispring models, you won't find any glues or any foams. It's all natural comfort materials that have been used for centuries because they're great. Now, last but not least is the coil system. The coil system in the Tiara is a step up from the model that precedes it, which is known as the Classic Superb. And what you end up with is a double stacked layer of Marshall coils that are calico pocketed. So what that means is that unlike some coil systems that are tied, calico pocketed coils are a series of individually pocketed coils that perform independently. Now, Vispring takes it a step further by stacking them as well as putting them in a honeycomb pattern, so you don't have any gaps in between the coils. This is great because you don't have to worry about rolling to a different part of the mattress and feeling like it just doesn't feel right because there's maybe some gaps in between the coil system. This is a very solid, well thought out platform. Now, Vispring is actually the first manufacturer to use this coil system, and so they've got over 100 years of craftsmanship and experience when it comes to finding the perfect way to put this coil system together. It's all started back with James Marshall building a mattress for his sick wife. It's actually a very beautiful and romantic story, but that same idea carries through into every Vispring made today. Now, the most important part about this coil system and what makes Vispring one of the best choices regardless of your body type is the fact that Vispring custom fits their coil system to your body type. So when you lay on this mattress, it's like being fitted for a fine suit or a fine piece of clothing, in the way that you're going to test out the mattress, but then you're going to work with the salesperson to find the perfect coil system for your body type. And Vispring has been working at this for a long time. They've got a great system, which is why they guarantee your comfort on this mattress. So think of it like, again, like a fine suit. Every Vispring is like a fine suit in that way. It's guaranteed to contour to your lower back and give you the support that you need and the comfort that you want. So overall, if you're looking for one of the finest handmade luxury mattresses available anywhere in the world, the Tiara Superb is an outstanding choice. Its combination of craftsmanship, all-natural comfort materials, and solid components that are custom made for you are going to be guaranteed to give you a great night's sleep. I hope you found this video helpful, but if you have any questions, please feel free to leave us a comment or you can give us a call at 1-877-545-2772.